You are listening to The Ron Van Dam Show. That's one part blah, 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 one part ha, 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 and just a smidgen of ta-da!
The following programming is EI, educational and informative.
Whatever.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Thank you for the standing ovation. Please sit down. This is embarrassing. Oh my God, thank you for the standing ovation. What? Oh, you're standing because you're going to leave? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, please don't go. Oh, please don't go. Oh, please don't go. I have an interesting show for you today. You're going to miss the whole damn thing if you leave now. Okay, good. I have crafted this entire episode just for you. I've learned your likes and your dislikes. I went online on your social media accounts and I found out all about you. And I know what things tick you off and which things you love. And I have crafted this show especially for you. Yes, you, I'm pointing to you through the speaker. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay. All right, here you go. You know, so I go to my desktop computer. I have a computer on the top of my desk. And I guess you call it a desktop computer because that's where it is. I also have a cell phone, a couple of them actually, that I use because I'm in business. And I am socially connected to you, but you don't know it. And you're socially connected to me, and I know you don't know that. So I checked you out. But I went on the desktop this morning, and what popped up was this video from Chuck Norris. Is that his name? The guy who used to, do the kickboxing or stuff? Chuck Norris, he's in his 80s, and he looks so fit, and he sounds so like he's in his 20s. And I know it's because he exercises. Who you trying to kid? I don't exercise, so I shouldn't really talk about this, but I decided now I'm going to exercise every day so I can be like Chuck Norris. Stupid? You bet. But I'm doing it anyway, because as I get older, every time the sun, the earth goes around the sun, it's another year. I know what you're saying. Ron, the sun doesn't go around the earth? Okay, fine. Whatever. So I might as well start, getting myself, and apparently if you take certain supplements or eat properly, according to Chuck Norris, you can look, at 80, you can look like you're 20. And Chuck actually does look like that. And he sounds so vibrant, and I watch him walk around. He's not stumped over or anything. I mean, he's a short guy, so I guess it's different, but still, we all come with with different baggage, not same baggage, different baggage. Different health issues and stuff. So maybe Chuck doesn't have those things. I really don't know. But here's what Chuck said, and follow along in my affidavit. Chuck said the following. He says, you got to get collagen into your diet every day. That would be great, Chuck, but I don't know what the hell that is. I think collagen is I don't know. It's collagen. I have to find out what foods contain collagen. You can do that yourself. You've Googled up your ass, so you know how to Google. Find out foods with collagen. Have them frequently. He says daily, but, let's not get out of hand. He has his own product that has all this stuff in it, and you're supposed to buy it, and it doesn't have great reviews, and it doesn't have horrible reviews. I mean, some are horrible, some are great, so I'm not going to go that route. And it's also like $50 for a 30-day supply. No, thank you, Chuck. No, thank you, Chuck. I'm glad you're healthy, but you also want to be wealthy. Those two words sound the same, and they are for you, Chuck. I get it. I'm not going to contribute, but I am going to take the information that you put forth by mistake, and I'm going to do it on my own. So I'm going to have collagen. I don't know where to find it, but I will find out where to find it. I don't know. I don't do research for this show. Figure it out yourself. Collagen. Write that down. Write it down now. The other thing, apparently, is collard greens and kale. If you have that every day or every other day or frequently, that is incredible, apparently. What the stuff does, they're pre-probiotics. That's a lot of prefixes. Pre-probiotics. And they're good for your gut, healthy bacteria. It's just good for everything. I know I should be eating more kale. I don't care for kale. I like spinach. Spinach is similar qualities. Kale apparently like the best. I got to work kale into my diet somehow. I think there's a thing called baby kale, which is a lot like spinach. I don't know. It's just what I think. So we got the kale, and we got the collagen, whatever the hell that is. And then apparently there's ashwagandha. I don't know. I think I dated her in high school. Look it up. Ashwagandha. Yeah, something like that. Apparently that reduces stress, keeps your blood levels good, keeps your sugar levels good, lowers blood pressure. I mean, that's all good stuff. So apparently you should take that. But then I read up on that. Don't take that every day. You're not supposed to take it for more than a couple of months at a time. Otherwise, you're not. So I don't know what Chuck's talking about. But apparently that's good. And then there's onions. I like onion. Oh, I love onions. I like them. I do. I can have them in so many different kinds of dishes. If you make onions a part of your daily routine, or very, very frequently, apparently that makes a big deal too. It reduces bloating. It keeps you regular. Raise your hand if when you go to the bathroom you say, I hope I can get this one out. I hope I can get this one out. Or I hope there's some form to this one. Yeah, every day it's like, oh, here we go. I'm going to sit on the toilet. I don't know what's going to come out. Oh, my God. Apparently this is all good for all of that stuff. And that's it, man. He's got his own product that's got other nutrients in it and stuff, but you're supposed to have that every day. And look, anything that you have every single day, food or drink-wise, can get incredibly boring. Oh, not again. Although I had bologna and cheese sandwiches as a kid almost every day, and this is how I turned out. Not exactly a recommendation. Anyway, that's it. I'm trying to help you out. I am trying so hard to help you out. Why are you fighting me? Now, of course, we all have medical conditions. Every single one of us does. I've not met anybody over, like, say, 30 or 40 years old who did not have a medical condition. I never have. Ever. And if there's someone over 40 years old without a medical condition, you were just built that way, and you're very rare. You are like one of the Marvel comic people. One of those superhuman things. But almost all of us have some medical condition that we deal with after the age of 40. And the older you get, the more medical conditions you get. And when you're diagnosed with another medical condition, you say, not another one. Oh, my God, that's enough. So you do have to take care of yourself. Some of these conditions can actually be eradicated. I don't even know what that word means. So I'm going to do that. And then I've got to start adding exercise. Now, I'm not going to that stupid freaking gym because, I know you don't have to talk to people at the gym. You're really not supposed to, but I kind of don't really understand gym people. I have some good friends who go to the gym every day. I love them. But I'm not going to the gym with them. That borders on obsession, which I guess is good for some people. I'm not into being obsessed about much of anything. Obsession is habitual and mentally gets you hooked on shit. So I'm not doing it. But I am going to exercise every day, and there's so many ways to do it. Recently, Dick Van Dyke was honored on a TV show. It was like a couple of months ago. Dick Van Dyke, I know, millennials don't even know who this is. Gen X, Gen P. I'm Gen P. I'm the one that gets up 3 times every night to pee. So I guess I'm Gen P. You don't know who Dick Van Dyke is. He was in television shows back in the 60s and all that. A lot of movies. Nicest guy in the world. Was an alcoholic in his younger days, younger adult days. Stopped it, kicked it. He was a smoker, stopped it, kicked it. I mean, yeah. What he does every day of his life is he dances. He dances. He doesn't have to dance with another person. All he does is he gets on a big rug and he cuts the rug, and I mean it with his feet. He plays some music and he just glides around. He doesn't overdo it. He glides around like a gliding dancer. And he's in his 90s. And he says he can't do all the dance moves that he did before. He doesn't expect to, but he can still dance. And he glides around that room, that carpet, for a period of time every single day. And it puts a smile on his face, too. But it moves all parts of his body. He stretches before, he stretches after. He can't do the things he used to do because the bones go places that you don't want them to go. But they're good bones still at that age for him. That's his secret. Now, some people have genetic longevity. That's baked into it. Let's not kid ourselves. But this stuff don't hurt. And it also increases your mental agility. And that's so freaking important, it's not funny. I mean, it's really not funny. I'm going to start doing all this stuff. I won't tell you how old I am because it's none of your freaking business. Because I don't care how old you are either. As long as you listen to the show, I don't care. I'm like Trump in that sense, and that's the only sense I'm like him. I don't care what you think of me. I just, vote for me. Other than that, I don't care about you at all. I just want your vote. I just want you to listen to this show. I mean, that's all I want. So, okay, fine. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Have I helped you out at all? Check out these individual ingredients that I mentioned previously. Make sure they're good for you. You might want to check with your doctor, too. This ashwagandha stuff is good stuff. But, again, you got to check with your doctor. I don't know what other medications you take and if they interact. They probably don't. They say they don't, but you check that stuff. Anything that you're going to do on a daily basis, you should really check it out with your doctor. Even sex. Doctor, I want to have sex every day. Oh, you do? Well, first of all, there's nothing wrong with it. And secondly, seriously? At your age? What, are you kidding me? What are you joking me? What do you want to have sex every day? What do you think you're going to do that? Speaking of having sex every day, because it's a thing. Some people actually believe that actually helps you out, and it possibly could. I guess it stimulates your body. It gets the blood moving. That's for damn sure. I've been there before. But I do want to, I do this every once in a while because it has to do with the subject matter about having sex every day, and I don't think anybody really ever does. Some people do, but, you reach a certain age and you go, okay, seriously. So, Ernest Borgnine, and again, millennials have no idea who this is. He was a very unattractive man. I've played this before, but it's just so much fun to do every once in a while. You're going to love this. Ernest Borgnine was an actor, quite good, but he was chunky, a bit overweight, certainly, not a pretty man at all. He was a character actor. He definitely was not the love interest, but very, very popular back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. If you saw a picture of him, you'd probably say, I don't know who that is. Depending on your generation, that kind of thing. Anyway, he was a guest on Fox and Friends. On the Fox network. I don't know why anybody would be, but he was. Did that make him a Republican? I really don't know. And there's nothing wrong with being a Republican. Being idolizing Trump, there's something greatly wrong with that. Being a Republican right now, not good, but that's just because Trump has taken over the party. How he did that, I have no idea. Anyway, so he's on this show, and he's being interviewed, and they say to him, how do you keep so young? Not that he is, but he was quite aged at that point. He was in his, he's no longer with us, obviously. I think he was in his 80s, and I guess he was quite vibrant and stuff. I really don't know. It didn't look like he was, but they said he was. So they asked him, how do you keep so young? And he didn't want to say it out loud on the air, even though it's a live interview and he's sitting there on the couch with these interviewers. So what he does, and maybe it's because Ernest Borgnine was not the brightest bulb in the room. Instead of saying it, he leans over and cups his hand and he whispers into the interviewer's ear that he masturbates every day. Fine, Ernest, good for you. I can understand why you didn't say that out loud. But Ernest, do you realize that you have a microphone on the lapel of your suit jacket? And even though you're whispering, we can hear the whisper. And it does, and they do. And it becomes one of the most hilarious things I've ever heard on live television. Not that I was watching it. This, happened on YouTube or something. I'm going to play it for you now. And this is Ernest Borgnine whispering to the interviewer's ear the answer to the question, how do you stay so young? And but everybody can hear it. Here it is.
To the show, but real quickly, you're 91 years old. You look fantastic. You look like you're in your late 60s, early 70s. What's the secret?
I don't dare tell you.
No meat. You don't eat meat.
I masturbate a lot.
Okay, I think. Thank you, Ernie. That was great.
I actually heard that.
Ernie, have you ever been on YouTube before that?
Listen. Yesterday.
What are you talking about?
It went all over the place.
Okay, we're going to take a quick time out. He'll be in the After the Show show. Log on to foxandfriends.com. I just shook his hand.
That's the best line of the whole thing. I just shook his hand. Funny stuff. What? You want to hear it again? Oh, okay, sure. I don't have any problem. I got half an hour. Here we go.
To the show, but real quickly, you're 91 years old. You look fantastic. You look like you're in your late 60s, early 70s. What's the secret?
I don't dare tell you.
No meat. You don't eat meat.
I masturbate a lot.
Okay, I think. Thank you, Ernie. That was great.
I actually heard that.
Ernie, have you ever been on YouTube before that?
Listen. Yesterday.
What are you talking about?
It went all over the place.
Okay, we're going to take a quick time out. He'll be in the After the Show show. Log on to foxandfriends.com. I just shook his hand.
Oh, God. Okay. Actually, what Ernest does, apparently, or did, is perfectly normal. I don't know. So it's not that funny. It's just funny under the circumstances. But it probably does help as much as taking nutrients and eating a lot of kale. Okay. I do have a guest coming up here. First, I am an aficionado of the arts. I am an artful dodger. I think that means something else. I go to museums. I go to plays, shows, all those things. I don't like to go to. I do go to museums, but I don't like to spend too much time in them. I like being in them. I like the feeling of being surrounded by art. I have art all over my walls. Not pictures, but a guy named Art actually is hanging on my wall. Arthur, his name is. But, serves a purpose. And I can tell people I have art on the walls. And indeed, I physically do. Anyway, by the way, Art, you can get down now. Okay. There is, there's this.
Hello, I'm well-known local community theater actor Gordon Flambeau, and I am inviting you to the premiere of my brand new one-man show, These Are My Pants. Over the years, I have never gotten rid of any of the pairs of pants that I've owned. That's right, even since I was a boy. My house is now full of well-preserved pants, and in this enthralling solo piece, I'll take you through my life, one pair of pants at a time. You'll see and hear about my favorite pair of short pants from when I was just a toddler, experience the thrilling revelation of my first pair of dungarees as a teen, and the hesitant trepidation of putting on a pair of dress pants for the first time. Yes, we'll even go through my wild and crazy corduroy years. Slacks, shorts, cargo pants, oh my goodness, it's a fantastic journey you won't soon forget. Join me, well-known local community theater actor Gordon Flambeau at the O'Rourke Center for the Performing Arts for These Are My Pants. The show opens this Friday at 7 p.m. and runs as long as anyone's interested. Tickets are $20. I will accept 10, even 5. I hope to see you there.
Jason Grumet joins us now. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the American Clean Power Association. Thanks for being with us today, Jason.
Great to be with you.
Clean power is, we talk about it all the time. We use its phrasing, we use its title, but how fast are we actually moving in that direction?
So, look, power demand is surging in Massachusetts and all across the country, which is actually really good news, right? That means we're bringing back American manufacturing. We're transitioning to cleaner electric transportation. And this new report shows that clean energy is really meeting the moment with, significant growth, affordable, pollution-free, local American energy. And it's a huge economic opportunity across the country. In the last 2 years, since Congress passed really supportive legislation, there's been almost $500 billion of new investment announced. So, look, we're seeing tremendous growth across the nation. One of the great things about American energy is, we have wind and solar resources all across the country. Every single state in the country is moving forward with clean power. I think we're seeing in the Northeast tremendous leadership on offshore wind. In the middle of the country, a tremendous amount of onshore wind. We're seeing solar in the Southwest and Southeast. So, every part of the country has an opportunity to be a huge part of the solution.
Not to get too political, but does that enter into the equation at all? When there are great advances, sometimes that depends on the policies of the sitting administration. Does that affect it? We seem to be really forging ahead right now under what we have, but is that in jeopardy?
Well, look, politics matters in every aspect of our public lives.
So I see.
I think we feel really confident in the durability of this industry. The Democratic Party has been obviously very supportive, and a significant majority of the investment actually going into conservative parts of the country, right? Over 80% of all of the recent investment is going into districts currently governed by Republicans. So I think that there's much more bipartisan support, and that's going to get deeper and stronger as this industry continues to bring economic value to communities across the country.
Excellent. I know that many power companies across the nation are offering various incentive programs in order to make things cleaner and more efficient. That seems to be an effort by the power companies themselves sometimes.
We are seeing a real partnership between government and the private sector, and it is working. Last year, across the country, 80% of all of the new power that came onto the grid was clean power. And, companies like it because the fuel is free.
Yes.
Right? Like, once you build a facility, you have confidence that you can provide reliable, low-cost energy for 30 or 40 years, regardless of what Vladimir Putin or, Saudi sheiks feel.
Right.
So, I think we're seeing communities and companies really start to lean into this transition.
Right. Yeah. It also gets our having to go that route with other countries. We can actually be self-sufficient or more so. Yeah, it's an exciting time. The summer has really been quite extreme all across the country, and it's a pretty good demonstration of how, as you say, our use of power in a large volume is kind of going to be on the rise, whether we like it or not, both because of population and because we need this power.
Yeah. Look, again, The demand for power is increasing. It is because we're bringing manufacturing back to this country. I think most folks know about the data centers and the rise in electricity demand, which is key for national security. So we're going to need all kinds of energy, but we need to move forward without increasing pollution or increasing reliance on foreign governments, and that's why this kind of locally grown American clean power is, I think, so popular and going to be even more important to the nation's future. But it's going to require all kinds of energy generation, and it's going to require much better transmission so that we can move the power around the country so that when you have one of these superstorms, regions of the country are not shut off from electricity.
Exactly, which is always the case.
Yes, it is.
When I was younger, there was a push for clean energy, and that was a long time ago, Jason.
We are, look, we've been at it for a while, but the good news is in the last couple of years, with a much better kind of national policy, we've seen incredible growth. Right? We've seen more clean power in the last 2 years than in the last 30. Yeah. So I hope your childhood dream is alive and well. It's just took a little while to get there.
Yeah, let's do it within my lifetime. How about that?
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really great. Locally, towns and cities can also benefit even within your own area, right?
Yeah. Well, so again, this is like it's a win-win because towns and communities are getting good power to kind of make the economy run, and you're also getting tax dollars, right? Tens of millions of dollars will flow into local communities coming from these facilities. And also, when you're bringing, wind and solar to local property owners, you're paying those folks, right? Yes. So, we're seeing actually the communities benefit, the landowners benefit, and then, of course, the entire public benefits because you're getting clean energy.
Yeah. And you don't have to drill for solar, and you don't have...
No, there's, again, like we need all kinds of energy, but when it comes to protecting the environment, there's no question that these are the winning technologies.
It's kind of funny because I used to live in Rochester, New York, and Buffalo has a great amount of hydroelectric possibilities.
Well, so I used to live in Rochester, New York as well.
There you go.
And Boston, so we're kind of, we're parallel paths here.
There you go. Okay, how can, is there any way we can get more information on this and get a bit more involved?
Of course there is. Look, please ask folks to hop on cleanpower.org.
Beautiful. Hey, Jason, thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure.
Well, that'll do it for me today. Thank you to you. Oh, thank you. I have a little gift basket for you. I just don't know how to get it to you, so forget it. And also thank you to my guest for being here today. I have a gift basket for my guest, but not really. I'm just saying that. Here's how this works. I do this show every single weekday, unless it's a holiday, in which case I don't. I don't do Christmas. I don't do Hanukkah. Oh, gotta wipe that off. I don't do Thanksgiving. I'm too busy eating. The other holidays kind of still do it. I kind of still do it. If the stores are open, so am I. Ooh, that sounded weird, but true. So, the next time a weekday rolls around, which is going to be really soon, I will be back with a brand new episode. What I'm saying to you is, please join me then. That would be really wonderful. I would appreciate it. And my social media manager, she says that if you're listening to this show not on a radio station, as some people are, but on one of your computer internet devices, then click on the follow me, something like that. Click on the like. If there's a love button, go for that. And subscribe to whatever this is. I don't have magazine subscription services, but I think you can still subscribe. I don't understand how that works. That's why I hired this woman. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just trying to do a radio show here. I've been doing this for 3 decades. It's all I know. I don't know about that market crap. So, but do that. She asked you to do that. Okay? Okay? That's so nice of you. You know, in a sense, it's the least you can do. All you have to do is click on something, I don't know what, but that's all you have to do. It's not really asking a lot. And as Trump said, as I said earlier in the show, just vote for me, click on me, whether you like me or not. I don't really care. I just want your clicks and your votes. That's all. It's very sincere. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a wonderful day, and I wish you peace.